This whole thing starts way back in 1941. That's when the Willys MB made its mark by helping Allied forces during World War II. A few years later, the Jeep CJ2A hit the civilian market and captured the hearts of those seeking adventure, no matter where the trail would take them. CJ becomes Wrangler, and Jeep has had mostly hits on its hands ever since. Sure, no one misses the square headlights of the YJ or its abysmal 4-cylinder engine, but Jeep sold plenty of them, and then made the Wrangler even better when it released the TJ in 1997. 10 years later, the JK arrived to herald in an era of true Wrangler enthusiasm, be it in 2- or 4-door form. Modified JKs are everywhere, and a wave of the hand extends no matter which era of Wrangler rolls on past down the trail. Now we have a new Wrangler. The 2018 JL is here, and it's arrived at a time when Chrysler can't afford to screw this one up. The good news is, they haven't. This is the best Wrangler ever built.
I've been wanting to drive this thing for a while now. This is the JL Jeep Wrangler, and it is awesome. It is so easy for a dope like me to take this thing and just get it absolutely filthy out here. I don't even have it in 4-wheel drive yet. I still have traction control off because this thing can go anywhere, and it's really good at doing so. Here are the basics you need to know about the powertrain options. There's a turbo 4-banger, and it's making 270 horsepower and a hearty 295 pound-feet of torque. You can only pair it with the 8-speed automatic. This 3.6-liter Pentastar V6 produces 285 horsepower and 260 of the torques. It comes standard with a 6-speed manual or this 8-speed automatic, and both should be equally enjoyable on this Jeep, but we'll test the manual in a future video. The engine to keep an eye out for, though, is the upcoming 3-liter EcoDiesel V6. That engine will make 260 horsepower and a downright intriguing 442 pound-feet of torque. A new 8-speed will arrive alongside that unit to handle the increased torque. We've got a rare bit of rain here in Southern California, and it's turned this off-road that it's normally very easy to drive on into a mud-filled paradise. I'm gonna get shots of this vehicle. I gotta clean it, but the early shots are gonna be... I've driven this and got it filthy and then clean again like 5 times already. I just haven't cleaned under the hood yet because I opened it and I was like, no, not yet, because there's mud everywhere. But it's great. So what are we dealing with? Well, this one is a 2-door sport soft top with the 8-speed gearbox and the V6. It is an excellent combination because it feels quick. This Jeep feels quick, which I didn't expect, and its on-road manners are excellent. When you go down the pavement, normally in a Jeep, it's like wobble, 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 just go slower. You know, you take your time and you do what you do. I was whipping down some of my canyon roads in this thing at speeds I didn't think I would be going or feel comfortable in, and it's no problem at all. Couple that with the fact that these cloth seats are supremely comfortable. The seating position is great. This is the most comfortable Jeep I've been in. So on-road is excellent. Comfort is excellent with this really nice screen front and center here. It looks fantastic. The creature comforts are nice. I just can't get over how good of a job Jeep did with this thing. Again, they couldn't afford to screw it up because you need to evolve the Wrangler a bit, but you can't stray too far from the formula, like a 911. You don't think you would compare a Jeep and a Porsche 911, but the fan bases are hysterical enough that you need to stay true to whatever formulas you create. But, I mean, this is just filled with mud. You can just come down here and ruin your microphone and just, again, 2-wheel drive because you're not even into the bad stuff yet. Style-wise, they hit little Jeep touches everywhere. You can tell that it's slightly refined. You've got lights on the fenders now, LED tail lights. There's optional LED daytime running lights in the higher trim levels. But that's where we start to run into a bit of a problem with this Jeep, and it's down to the price point. This Jeep as tested, again, 2-door, sport, V6, 8-speed. It's $38,000. And that feels like 4-door Rubicon money. So that means the 4-door Rubicon is easily a $40,000 Jeep, and you can spec them out to $50,000, which is so much money for a Jeep Wrangler. And you have to step back and say, okay, it's so comfortable and so good on road, and its creature comforts are really nice, so that in terms of daily drivability, it's excellent. And then in terms of what it can do off-road, it can do anything. It can really do anything. That just goes to show that you know, maybe it's a little bit worth the price just because it's such a niche vehicle that's so capable. I mean, it's a hard sell for me personally. If this was 32 or something like that, that number feels a bit better, but 38 for a non-four-door, a non-Rubicon. What does the Rubicon get you over the Sport is a great question that I'm glad you just didn't ask, but I just thought of. On the non-Rubicons, you have next generation Dana axles front and rear. On the Rubicon, you actually get upgraded to Dana 44s. You get electronic disconnect for the sway bars, so you get more articulation out of the vehicle. And it's nice that it's just electric because there's going to be lots of mud underneath there. The Rubicon also gets a very aggressive crawling mode in 4-low. I believe in the automatic version, it's something like 84-1. And if you get the 6-speed manual, which is available in all versions, it drops down like 72 or 74-1, something around that area. Either way, it can go up, whatever. This thing is so much fun. Normally I'm ready to give a vehicle back at the end of the week, and this one I would like to spend more time with. I wish we had a long-term Wrangler in the Hooniverse test fleet, and I wish it was a 4-door Rubicon, because I would love to know what it's like to live with that one. It would be easy to get my daughter in and out of the car seat, but you can do it, and she does love this thing. This is a really, really fun vehicle. It's just a blast out here. It's as good on-road as it is off-road, and that's rare to say for any Wrangler, but I bet the ride on-road is even better in the 4-door because you just get a little bit more wheelbase underneath you. So on the highway, it would feel nicer. I'm really enjoying this Jeep. I'm not a Jeep guy. I don't dislike the Jeep, but this new Jeep is the best Jeep ever. Engine, and it is an excellent comp. Oh, look at this trio of Jeeps. There's a nice old one right there. These guys are having fun. Those guys didn't want to go through the mud puddle, so I will. End communication.